we're here in Prague with Gamereactor, letting them play Saints Row 2. Saints Row 2 is our over-the-top, open-world, co-op gang game. So players will be able to go to the fictional city of Stillwater and run a gang called the 3rd Street Saints. And they'll be able to do this with a friend online or system-linked and play through the entire story campaign cooperatively. So beginning to end, every mission, every stronghold, every activity, they can do that with a buddy. And you will unleash some crazy chaos in this city. You'll be able to steal cars, fly helicopters, ride jet skis, ride motorcycles. You'll be able to take on 3 rival gangs and 3 compelling story arcs and really fight some unique battles and fully customized experience as well. We're picking up where Saints Row 1 left off. At the end of that game, you were a member of the 3rd Street Saints. You weren't the leader, and you got betrayed. You were blown up on a boat, so you had no idea what happened. You were left with all kinds of questions. Am I alive or dead? Who betrayed me? What were their reasons for doing so? We answer all that in Saints Row 2, and we send the player off on a new story of chaos. There's betrayal, there's action, there's a lot of fighting. And I really enjoyed the story missions and finding out what happens next. But, for other players, there's tons of stuff for them to do as well. They have several new activities to play through, so, they can join an underground fight club, or they can grab an ATV and drive around town and blow stuff up. The insurance fraud activity is still there. We know a lot of players from Saints Row 1 really enjoyed that. We've got all these diversions for them to do, so if they just want to drive around the city and find stunt jumps or skid around corners or enter races and do stuff like that, they can do that. There's something for everyone in Saints Row 2. There really is.
Here at the THQ party for Saints Row 2, and I'm sitting here with Saints Row 2 producer. Tell us about Saints Row 2.
Okay. Well, Saints Row 2 basically picks off where Saints Row 1 ended up. The story kind of is you were blown up on a boat, your bits, your pieces have been blown off, so now you can be a male or female in Saints Row 2. So the whole thing is about, it's about revenge in Saints Row 2. In the first one, you're kind of building up, you're trying to earn your ranks through the Saints with your leader Julius. And in Saints Row 2, basically everything's been torn down, and you're trying to rebuild that back up. You're trying to figure out what happened to the Saints, and you're out for revenge to find out who tried to blow you up on the boat. It's a really dark, gritty storyline, but on top of that, we try to throw in some kind of Pulp Fiction type humor as well, just so people can, they can play the dark storyline if they want to. They can play it serious with a serious character if they want to, or if you just want to have fun, you can create your crazy character, have him run around naked, or throw a mohawk on him, pink hair, a woman with a goatee, whatever you want to do. Basically, we want people to play it as dark as they want to, or as fun as they want to.
I'm Frank Marquardt. I'm the art director, and I oversee the style of the game, how things look, from cinematics down to the environment, down to characters, across the board. One of the things that's unique to Saints Row 2 is just the extensive customization system. And so, for instance, you can buy a shirt in the game, and that shirt needs to work for both men and women. It needs to be able to be tucked into shirts, tucked out of shirts. It's got to work with an undershirt, coat, and all these different layers. And I know it looks on the surface, it looks seamless, but there's a lot of sophisticated technology behind.
All you need is a buttload of money and a hell of a lot of customization.
What do you have to offer for Saints Row 2 that you think that Grand Theft Auto 4 doesn't?
Oh, that's a good question. I think overall, we just have things that stand out. I mean, for example, we have our co-op play. We have a non-tethered co-op system where basically you can go on one side of the world, your friend can go on the other side of the world, and you can do everything in its entirety in co-op. On top of that, we have, I think, combat that just is unmatched. We have a new fine aim mode where you can actually go over the shoulder and shoot people, but we also have our free reticle system. We maintain that from Saints Row 1. And on top of just the Saints Row 1 combat, we've actually refined our hand-to-hand combat. We've thrown in all sorts of crazy weapons you can have, flamethrowers, laser-guided rocket launchers, and just over-the-top things like chainsaws, satchel charges, which are kind of sticky bombs that you can throw on people, wieldable props. You can pretty much go up to most stop signs or mailboxes in the road, rip those out and use those as weapons as well. And then on top of that is customization. Customization is what makes Saints Row Saints Row. We let the person go in, create the player, they can create their favorite celebrity, create themselves, whatever they want to do. And then on top of that, you can add a personality, you can add your own voice to the person. There's 6 voices to choose from. And then on top of that, you can customize your crib, customize your car, customize your gang as well. So basically, we're just trying to take all the good points of Saints Row 1 and just absolutely blow them out in this next version.